Oh,
Yeah,
it sounds like
exactly.
that in there, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sort of like that, yeah. Enigma, yeah. Sad new one. So they're like rocking up on stage. No, I'm just kidding. They're not rocking up there on stage or anything, but they are chanting it. Very, very beautiful in unison. Chants of all different pitches and very nice. So after several minutes go by, he does not come out. So Vane, Pride, and I, all of you outside, are watching these kids play ball, and the ball comes streaking over towards you. I mean, this kid kicks the ball so hard, and it comes over and lands right in front of Vane's feet. And this kid's looking at you, and he says, "Hey, Mister, do you want to kick that ball? Do you want to watch that thing all day, or are you going to kick it back to us over here? Are you going to watch it grow roots, old man? Or are you going to kick it back?"
Where are the fire ants when you need them? Give the ball a hefty kick, bash straight back at the child.
"Thanks, Pops!" And he puts his thumb up toward you.
You have a way with children, it seems, Vane.
I swear, I'm going to get some glass jars. I'm going to go back to that alchemy shop, get some of those vials, and start keeping fire ants in them.
Well, that other boy we ran into on the trail took a shining to you. It seemed. What is it about you and children? Why do they take such a liking towards you?
I've no idea. It's little humans. They obviously revel in my presence. Obviously.
I don't know. It's a
I should,
mission.
maybe I should be careful how I phrase that.
So a couple minutes go by, Seeker, and this hooded figure comes out with another hooded figure, and this other hooded figure, he's a pretty jolly looking guy, really big, really jovial. He has a very clean face, has sort of like a donut type of hairstyle, as your typical friar tuck. And he comes out and has sandals on and an old hemp cord wrapped around his waist, and he says, well met. I am Brother Maynard. What can I do for you? My acolyte here says that you have an item of necromantic magic that you need disposed of.
Yes, Brother Maynard. I am the Seeker, a monk from the monastery of the North Wind.
Oh, well,
My
well met,
companions and I.
Seeker. It's a
Well met,
prestigious
Brother Maynard.
title, my friend.
Well, I am but a traveler, and friends and I came into a battle with a necromancer and defeated him, and have this item that he used to harness this wicked magic. We did not feel it appropriate to bring into your holy place here, and they're outside by the road with it. We were hoping that you could advise us as to how to destroy it or what to do with it.
Oh, I most certainly can.
Would you come and see it?
I most certainly will. And he thanks his other acolytes, his brother. He calls him his brother, and the other brother, goes back up onto the beautiful stage that has pipes going up, all kinds of beautiful air horns and singers, and anyway, Brother Maynard, he accompanies you outside.
Pride, Vane. This is Brother Maynard. He's the leader of this holy place.
Yeah, and Brother Maynard,
these are
he
my
has his
companions.
hands clasped inside of his cloak, so you can't see his hands. Just sort of like his robe is joined together up front, and he has his hood down. Very jovial man, probably about 250, 275 pounds. Definitely definitely has a gut on him, and he looks like a very well groomed person. And he introduces himself to Pride and I and Vane, and thanks Seeker for introducing him to everyone.
Well met, Brother Maynard.
Greetings.
Well met, brother.
Aye, it is very nice, and I do appreciate your sincerest wishes as to not bring this inside of the temple. That is good. I would not like to have that sense of fear inside of Bahamut's temple. So yes, we can take care of your wishes. Is this going to be a donation to the Temple of Bahamut? Are you going to be making a donation to for us to perform the ritual? You too can buy a Pope hat for $29.95.
A Pope on a rope.
He says there's just a very small, minimal fee that helps us take care of the components for the ritual. Unless
I will hand over 10
unless
gold
you
and say,
have
Father,
the residuum to take care of the components itself, then that would be fine as well.
We have some.
We do have some, yes.
And
sir.
what may I please see the item in question, please?
I think I have his possession.
Yeah, he reaches back into his bag and pulls it out while he looks up and down each road that's around them before slowly opening it up, just enough to allow Maynard to see into the box.
Yeah, and as now the sun is starting to go down, so the temple is blocking the sun, and you can see that as you open up the box, the green aura kind of goes on the face of the brother, and his eyes really open up as it has that green aura inside of his eyes, and he says,
Oh, man.
I can sense the evil on the skull. This, my
And
friends,
closing the box.
yes, this, I do recommend destruction of the skull. Where did you find the skull, my friends?
In the possession of one who terrorized the lands to the west of here.
That is truly
A man
unfortunate.
named Malarith.
Malarith, I've never heard of him. Never heard of him.
What's
And you
oh,
and you never will, because he's not with us anymore.
I guess that would probably be a good thing, as he kind of chuckles. The demon has been exorcised, I would assume.
Yes.
That's correct.
Praise
He
be
was-
unto Bahamut.
And he was
And he kind of
practicing
crosses
flowers
his
for the
chest.
necromancer.
That's
So- how much residuum will you be requiring?
the actual ritual itself for an item of this magnitude, I could sense the evil coming off of this treacherous skull. The fee will be about 50 gold, and that should take care of, unless you have residuum to cover the 50 gold worth of residuum. I am going to have to send one of my acolytes right down the road to one of the shops here in town, and
No need for that, brother.
we'll
No
have
need for
to
that.
visit Mortimus. I don't know if you're familiar with Brindol, but there is an alchemy by Adronius shop here, and it is owned by Mortimus, and that is where we get all of our components for rituals.
I believe we shall be able to fit the components, and if it is not too much of a hassle, I would prefer to be present for the destruction.
You may join us. You may join us in the ritual. The more good in this presence of evil will give this evil presence less of a chance to survive. So yes, you are all more than welcome.
I pulled
What-
out
one
like a
other-
little Crown Royal bag with my residuum in it. And I opened it up. Brother, we'll have to sort this all out inside or something maybe, but I'm sure there's enough here for your purposes.
That would be beautiful, my friend. That would save us a trip to Mortimus.
He was closing
very
down. We just left his shop.
yes. Mortimus is a very unique individual.
He was exercising
as
as we left, it
yes,
seems.
yeah. Oh, he was exercising. Mortimus is not the extra. He is more of the scholarly, the bookworm type.
He
Oh,
was
we
having a
might
good
have-
time.
We might have itch and a twitch that he had.
Oh, mercy. So we can perform this ritual now if you'd like. I will get several of the acolytes in the temple, and please meet me around back. We will not perform the ritual inside of the Temple of Bahamut. I would prefer to exercise this skull outside. We do have a small chapel out back, and he pulls out a map of Brindol. Of course.
It's the same placemat.
It is.
It's on a place.
Yeah, it is.
Mass produced.
Yeah, it's a and it has the it has the antler and thistle logo. You know, as you guys pass the Antlers and Thistle Tavern and Inn, yeah, it has that logo up there on the top of the map.
Huh.
So he says, "Just meet me right out the back, and in fact, we'll go now, my friends." And he, carries the box and travels very solemnly. And one of the other acolytes comes, over to him as he's walking towards the back, and he says something to the acolyte, and the acolyte goes inside of the temple. And as you guys make your way around to the back of the temple, you can see that it is a very beautiful area, and there's a sort of like a hill, and on the top of this hill, it looks to be there is a sort of like a mausoleum, and you walk the path up to the mausoleum, and you can now start to hear owls and stuff hooting and hollering, and the sun is now starting to go down, it's starting to get a little bit darker, and you get up to the top of the hill, and you can smell the beautiful honeysuckle flowers. You can also look and see a couple fireflies that are kind of out in the woods in the distance. And he opens up the door and he goes, and Brother Maynard says, "Please, everyone, step into the mausoleum. We will perform the ritual in here." So, as everybody, I guess everybody would go in.
Oh,
There's
sure.
a
Yeah,
nice,
go in.
beautiful, small little mausoleum. I'd say about 40 feet by 40 feet. There is sort of like a raised dais in the middle of this room, and it is just like a cement table, but it's like a round raised dais. Yeah.
Was all the iconography fit with Bahamut and stuff?
Oh yeah. Yeah, all kinds of dragon. Oh yeah, Bahamut
Nothing
iconage.
weird.
No, nothing at all. Nothing at all. No. No, exactly. So as everyone pours in, several more of the acolytes, they also join in as well. Now, Brother Maynard asks, "Pride, do you, sir, have the ingredients needed to perform the ritual?"
Yes, I don't know what I should pour them onto, Brother Maynard, but I can pour them out of this little bag of mine as I undo the drawstring and prepare to give him whatever amount he needs.
Brother Maynard goes over to a small wooden cabinet on the side, and he brings some other herbs, several crosses, several other implements, starts to light some candles on the dais, starts to, a sort of like a very small beam of light from the moon is now coming through the top of the small, I would say the small, it's like a glass pane in the top of this cathedral, and it's like 40 by 40, and it has a very small dome, and this beam of light is coming down and hitting the middle of the dais, and he brings this little like a pestle over towards you, a mortar and pestle with a small bowl, and he says, "Please just dump the residuum in here." So you can take 50 gold worth of residuum.
I dump exactly 50 gold worth of residuum.
Sounds good. Yeah, exactly. Every gold worth.
Maybe I've got like a teaspoon scooper that he threw in.
Yeah, a teaspoon. Yeah,
10
exactly.
10 gold increments.
Exactly. And then, beautiful. And he says, "Now we will perform the ritual." And he asks everyone to please hold hands. So everybody is now starting to, Pride, Vane, Seeker, the other 2 acolytes, and Brother Maynard, you are all now starting to hold hands. And Brother Maynard says, "Oh, we seek your vengeance, the mighty Bahamut, on this item. This skull is evil, and we wish to vanquish this property, this skull, this demonic presence from our plane of existence. Banish this skull down to the elemental chaos, to the deepest depths, where it will rest with the Balors and Tiamat herself. Bahamut, we seek the strength of you." And, you know, all of a sudden he goes quiet and he starts to quiver a little bit. And he says, "Please, everyone, say something. Please feed the power of Bahamut." And he looks to Pride and he says, "Please, Pride, any words of wisdom?" And, you know, everybody's starting to, So, I mean, I and Vane, if you guys want to help me out here with the, Vane, Pride, you can please give us some words of encouragement, Pride. Brother Maynard says, "Quietly, quietly, I believe Pride is fixing to speak. Pride is fixing to lead us. Everyone, please quiet down. Let's hear Pride." Pride, we can't hear you, buddy.
You're muted, man.
I'm sitting here. I forgot we got push to talk. Brothers and sisters, can you feel it? Woo! We got the spirit in here. Muhammad, Lord Muhammad, please come down and grace us with your divine benevolence. Remove this thing from the land. Exorcise this demon from our lives.
Amen, Brother
Praise
Pride.
Muhammad.
Amen.
Oh, let's hail
I'm
him.
getting the vapors.
Please, it is your turn. Do not break the circle. Continue to let the energy flow to Bahamut, the Platinum Dragon.
By my own goddess, I own seeking to bring balance into the nature. This blasphemy cannot exist. It must be extinguished from this plane.
Very good, Brother I. Very good. Brother Vane, please join us. Please join us. Brother Vane.
Almighty Platinum Dragon, who may or may not exist, I'm not entirely sure. But if you do exist, we beseech thee, come forth, show your mighty power, destroy this item, this abomination upon the spirit of this great land. Come forth, and show your power. Your mighty claw feet shall crush this skull before us. Drive out the powers of evil that inhabit it. Guide us to the greater Africa.
Oh, beautiful Vane. Only a pure acolyte could speak words of that magnitude and power. Please, Brother Seeker, please condemn this foul item back to the abyss of the elemental chaos.
Oh, great Lord. Come to fly down in your wisdom and goodness.
Speak up, Brother Seeker. We cannot hear you. Please, Brother Seeker.
Bahamut, come down and crush this evil as you see before us.
All of a sudden, he looks and he opens his eyes. Brother Maynard opens his eyes, and his eyes are white. No pupil, no eyeball, nothing, just pure white. And then all of a sudden, a radiant, beautiful, gold, radiant hammer comes down from the ceiling of the mausoleum and smashes the skull.
So is this thing that come down? Did you say it was a hammer or a claw?
It is a hammer. It is a beautiful golden hammer that comes down and strikes the skull. And little bits of bone just fly everywhere. And then Brother Maynard blinks his eyes a few times, and then it seems like he is back to himself, and he says, "The ritual, my brothers, has been performed by the mighty Bahamut."
I kind of look
I've
around
got,
and go,
goosebumps
"Oh man,
all over me.
we made a
That was-
mess."
I feel like a divine presence has just visited the seeker. This is something mortals don't encounter often.
Indeed. Quite impressive.
All of my brothers, you are all endowed with the spiritual touch. Fucking amazing. I can't believe it. Fucking. Hey guys, why don't you chant with me?
That was retarded as heck.
It was fucking retarded, but it was so awesome. Nothing better than destroying a necromantic skull with
We did.
the power of love. The power of love.
Unfortunately, I severely doubted the existence of Bahamut. I asked him to strike it down with his mighty clawed feet, and he said a hammer. I feel it wasn't. He wasn't really up to the task. He wasn't trying.
Oh god.
This is if you really do exist, Bahamut. So good. Awesome RP,
I
guys.
take a
That
step
was
away
awesome.
from Vane. Look up for lightning bolts. Just.
Wouldn't be lightning
No.
bolts, it'd be breath. It'd be breath weapons.
Oh, I see.
Brother Maynard, he turns to everyone and says, I am completely exhausted
As am I.
after this ritual. I
With that.
need to rest now.
But a moment, brother. I have one other thing.
Yes, brother.
Now
I.
that this horrible item is
Most horrible.
destroyed,
Yes. It's sent
And
back
it's-
to the
and
depths of the elemental chaos.
and its master that had attempted to use it for evil, no longer on this plane as well.
Hmm.
I would ask if you had knowledge of a white dragon in the area.
A white
One.
dragon in the area. I do not know of one, my friends. I do not. I have not known of any dragons in this area for some time. Maybe in the mountains to the north.
It's curious as this place that we found, the dragon, I would not say worked with this individual, but resided in the same locale, and it was a bastion of good deities. It represented 4. Let me bring it up because I forgot.
A lot of the chromatic dragons, my friend, are good. A lot of the
Hey, I would
metallic
say
dragons
he was
are
a
good as
very
well.
Decent dragon. I've never met one, but that was my only encounter with one.
Was he an ancient dragon? Was he one of
he
great
was-
and
I
immense
don't know.
wealth
He was
and power?
young.
He didn't fill
Very
a
young.
room. Yes, he may have been young, but in dragon years, I have no idea what that means. He could be much older than we.
Well, he even spoke of himself as young, which I would take that they are ones to gloat, as he did with much
Yeah.
other things. But the place that he resided is as much of interest as anything else. It was almost as a temple under the mountain. Toward it, the deities represented were Pelor, Bahamut, Moradin, and Arathis.
Ooh. If you would be so kind enough to give me directions, I shall send out several of my acolytes and emissaries to check this temple out. Maybe there are some artifacts of Bahamut that we could bring back to the museum here. Maybe we could strike a deal with this dragon.
Yes, he is still in residence as of this morning, so I perhaps would not go in there too greedily.
Well, the only dragons that I knew of that actually existed were to the giant shields to the north, and maybe the Wyvern Watch Mountains to the south east, or maybe to the southwest, the Hammerfist Hold Mountains. Those are the only mountains around here that surround Brindol. That we have not seen dragons flying overhead for centuries.
I don't know though. If they went and just showed the proper respect towards Parallax, I don't feel he would give them any problem with just viewing this layer and.
No,
yes.
not with that. No, of course not.
We would
Especially
take this dragon some tribute for sure.
he is as much an adherent towards Bahamut as you are, brother.
Yes, he spoke highly of Bahamut indeed.
That is good news indeed.
He seemed quite a reasonable creature, and open to talking rather than just mindlessly fighting.
All dragons, definitely. All dragons do not fight. Some love diplomacy. Some love hugs.
Brother Maynard, you are a well-traveled, seasoned individual, it seems.
Again,
I have traveled from one side of the veil to another, my friend. Yes, I have seen a lot.
it is just curious, though. I mean, it is only a few hours distance from here, between here and Talar. I would have thought that someone had heard of it.
I have not.
Can we have Vane or somebody maybe? One of us could probably draw you a good map. Seeker's always caring about paper and such things.
I do.
I have
a
a
paper right here.
I have a map of Brindol. If you're new to Brindol, I have a map of Brindol if you need one.
I
Oh,
believe we
that
have.
would be very handy. We haven't been able to find one anywhere.
Look, Brindle Chamber of Commerce is like on this shit.
Fucking love it, dude.
Their tourist board must be the most well-staffed department ever.
Right.
I know each establishment has their own logo on each
Right.
map. It's you gotta catch them all. You gotta collect them all, man. You guys, that was awesome. I mean, seriously, that was all impromptu. I was like, how can we have fun with this? That was awesome. And in fact, there's no inspiration in D&D 5e, but you know what? I'm going to give you
4E.
guys, in 4e, I'm going to give you guys an inspiration point.
All right.
Meaning this.
Hooray.
That was awesome. That was fun. So anytime you guys want to re-roll, just tell me, hey, I want to use my inspiration, and you guys can use your inspiration, and you can thank the chat for that, because the chat are the ones who brought that up. So
Alright.
I think
Thanks,
I think that's a great idea by the chat. So
Yes.
Well, thank you,
the chat loved that, man. They loved that, man.
I really
Yes.
have to recall that when I need it badly.
Yes. It's waiting for that death saving roll.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Any saving throw, to be honest with you.
I'm gonna write down inspiration. Everybody has one.
Brother Maynard,
Much
the
like
sun was going
cheeseburgers.
down far before we ever walked over to this thing, so it should be pretty dark now. I'm thinking. Maybe.
Yes, I would not want to keep him any longer,
Yeah.
brother. I know you're
he
quite
seems
tired
exhausted,
after your
yes,
endeavor.
yes. I assume all of us are somewhat drained, to be honest.
Yes, this ritual takes a lot out of an individual. I will seek retirement to my chambers for the night, my fellows, my fellow brothers of Bahamut. I thank you for bringing this dastardly item to us and banishing this back to the plane of the elemental chaos. I am just exhausted thinking about this. I shall retire now. Thank you,
Hey,
my
good
brothers.
evening, brother.
Any
Fare thee
bows? And he
Good day,
just
sir.
kind of
Good
just
evening,
walks
Brother
off.
Maynard.
Good evening, my brothers. As he bows again. Good evening, brothers, for a second time. Good evening.
And I suppose we all exit the mausoleum.
Yep.
We're standing outside.
Yep.
And we'll look at Pride and the others. Perhaps with this now complete and this burden lifted from us, we should test each of these taverns to find